Welcome back to the Strong Life Podcast. This is your host, Zach Evanesh. We got a great Q&A that came through the email about a training course that is inside the Underground Strength Academy, which is undergroundstrengthcoach.com. That course is called the Old School Strength and Power Course. So we're going to do a little screen share here. For those of you that are listening, what I'll do is I will link up that course in the show notes below. All right. So this is what the course looks like right here. Old School Strength, Power, and Muscle. We got Fred Lowe on the cover, Bill Peanuts West, your boy, Zach Evanesh, deadlifting in the garage before the kids got a little bit older. This is a bonus to one of the products I have out there. I can't even remember which one, but like pretty much 99% of my training courses, even seminars, we put them inside the Underground Strength Academy. So this cover, I always love this cover. So let's check out this question. Hi, Zach. In regards to the Old School Strength, Power, and Muscle program, I have two questions. Number one, how should I load each set? And I want to preface this, guys. I mentioned it in a previous episode that when I create a course, it is for the masses, right? There are hundreds and thousands of people purchasing, reading, getting their hands on the course. I don't have a individual know-how. And so when you want specificity, that's where we have things like Gladiator Strong on Train Heroic or my VIP coaching. So he asked, do I use the same weight for all the sets when it says 8 sets of 3, which is a loading pattern you'll see when guys are training at Westside Barbell, whether they're doing max effort, dynamic effort, we'll do the 8x3. So he says, do I use the same weight for all 8 sets or do I lower and then increase the load each set? Whatever the answer is, do I apply that to everything? So I'll start with that. That's part one. And then I'll actually go right here. Part two, it says you reference calisthenics to finish the workout as described in The Way to Live. Okay. Is there an exact program in that book? Well, it sounds like maybe our friend here either didn't get The Way to Live, which is inside the Underground Strength Academy, or like many bums out there, I can't even stop them. It's kind of weak. You know, there's all those websites that poach your information products. So number one, 8 sets of 3 can be the same weight. It certainly can. What I've done inside Gladiator Strong is we build up. So that might take 4 or 5 or 6 sets, depending on how strong you are. Then we might drop the weight for the last 2 to 3 sets, depending on what is your level of strength training and overall fitness and strength preparation. The other option is you can do speed work at 8 sets of 3 at the same weight, but I usually like to have a little bit of warm up in that movement. So let's use the bench press, for example, 8 sets of 3. You start at 135 and you go to 185, then you go to 225, and you're going to stay at 225 for the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th set. Then set 7 and 8, you go back down to 185 and do your triples. Other option is you hit 185 for all 8 sets of 3. So if it's speed focus, we want about 50 to 60%. If it's strength focus, we want to climb up. If you're a natural lifter, I feel like you could get a lot from 1 or 2 sets of heavy lifting. I've experienced it. I've seen it. That's how we train athletes. If you're not an athlete and you're a lifter, you could handle a little more volume because you're not trading your energy resources much outside of lifting, you know, except for work, family, which to me, I call it training for life. I don't want my lifting to interfere. So there's many options to it. Best thing to do here when you ask these questions, get on the Underground Strength Academy. Now, with regards to a calisthenics finisher in The Way to Live, which is the book written by George Hackenschmidt. It's part autobiography, part training manual. And then that book is public domain. So I reprinted it. I reprinted that book I believe, in 2006, maybe 2005, long before business people were just reprinting anything with Chat GPT, or even guys that reprint it, because that book spoke to me. The simplicity behind Hackenschmidt's life, the simplicity of his training, the way he had these goals solely focused on these big wrestling matches coming up, his healthy living, the way he would start his day with tea, which we've got right here, a little tea with a nice cup for my boys, power athlete. I just loved how it was simple, yet so powerful. He was a philosopher, yet he was one of the strongest men on earth and one of the most feared men on earth. And so in that book, there are many different bodyweight exercises. And so when you're done with heavy training, now that I'm older, I actually like to start and kind of front load my workout with all those calisthenics. And so, yes, there are programs in there. But one thing that was interesting about George Hackenschmidt's training is he didn't have so many specific sets and reps. His training was more practice. He would spend, an hour or 90 minutes just doing one or two exercises. He practiced them. And that's why he got extremely strong. Whereas I think in today's world, we're so focused on give me the exact sets and reps of what I need to do. And I think that could work against you in some ways. Some people need it, but I also think some people need to spend more time practicing movements. So the Underground Strength Academy is where the old school strength, power, and muscle course is. I believe it's a bonus for one of the products, might be a bonus for the Way to Live. That product is also inside the academy, as well as seminars on film. Seminars you probably don't even know I've done. I record almost everything. Those videos go into the Underground Strength Academy. A lot of people say they have a membership site that's so in-depth, but I started the Underground Strength Academy. We released it in February 2005. Here we are, 2024. And I started writing articles the summer of 2004. So the website is basically 20 years old. Very powerful. And it's for people who really have a hunger for knowledge and education and don't want to be sifting through the internet and just scrolling like crazy. And then the last thing I want to say is, again, when you see my programs and you get a training course, it's for everybody. So when somebody needs to dial things in, that's where you have to make a move and get inside Gladiator Strong. Got to make a move and be able to communicate with me on a higher level. And this goes for not just my stuff, but anybody who wants to succeed. Where is skin in the game? So I'm in a business coaching course, skin in the game, business coaching program. This Friday, going to a business coaching seminar. Skin in the game inspires you to get the work done. And until that happens, I think people will really hit a wall with what they achieve with regards to anything. So for people listening, it's usually going to be strength, some sort of strength result. For me, as a business owner, my company, Underground Strength Coach, I want to grow the company. Skin in the game. I am a coach. I believe in coaches. When I have a coach, it elevates my game. And so I want everybody out there to think about that. Where have you hit a wall, and who can you get to help you get over that wall and jump the ladder of success rather than climbing and stumbling up the ladder of success? That's it, team. Go to zachstrength.com, get on the Strong Life Insider. That's the free newsletter, free training courses, updated training courses. Leave a 5-star review. Okay. That's the Strong Life Brotherhood virtual handshake, because the podcast is free for you. It is never free for me, not free of time, not free of effort, money, knowledge. So I need your support to spread the word, because we need to make the world a stronger place. That's it, team. I'm out of here. I'll talk to you soon. Thank you.